Well, not often do you see one of these. Not is it just a Marina, it's a Marina rally car. And not as a rally car, this is an Australian Marina. So Morris Marinas weren't just built in Britain, they were also built in Australia. And this is a TC, which stands for twin carb. Leyland, Australia, see that? Coupe rally car. Now, these, it's got, if you notice, it's actually got Ford wheels on it. So that's a Mark II Cortina Rostel on there. And that was because they had Ford axles when the ones built in Australia, because they were built a little bit tougher, and actually they were built, I'm going to say this, a little bit better. So the Aussie Marinas are a little bit different, and in fact in quite different ways. They're different back axle, different hubs and stubs on the front, or different pattern at least for this, because there was actually a local content degree, so they had to build locally content parts to put the cars on the road. I think it had to be 25% locally built content, but I'm sure somebody will tell me the difference shortly. But the big surprise for this, if anybody's a Marina fan, yeah, you know, I kind of am. What can I say? Give me a second. Let me take off the lovely bonnet pull here. That is an E series. No, not a B series. Now the B series is the one they put in the MGBs. But this is an E series, which was all aluminium, which was a lot lighter, 100 kgs lighter, I think, something like that, or at least a fair bit lighter. And what they did is they wore out the B series engineering tools in Australia, and rather than put they retooled up for an old engine, they retooled up for the new engine, which was the E series, which was this, because it was lighter and more useful, apparently, than the B series. Don't know how true that is. The E series goes quite well. They made it with 6 cylinders and 4 cylinders, and these were the engine that went into the Austin Maxi as well, and the Allegro. That's what was a little bit different about them. See, this one was single carb converted. Also, this one's got modified suspension, so, but it was campaigned here in New Zealand for quite a while. Let me just see if I can get into this. I'm not actually going to get in because it's got a full cage in it. Number plate was GT83, and it was last raced by a guy called Barry Voss. It's a reasonably successful club car, this, you know, different seats and so on. Cage in the back. Just a really cool old rally car. I saved it a few years ago, and I've just passed it on to a friend of mine who's about to give it a rebuild, so we'll definitely come back at some point in time and take it for a bit of a run in it. It's got the old rally grip tyres and everything on it, and I'm sure that a couple of Kiwis will recognise this. They used to call it the Rainbow Coupe. So if you recognise it, feel free to fill me in with some more details on it. I bought it from Christchurch a couple of years ago, South Island car, raced in the South Island, and then I saved it because, well, nobody knew what to do with it really, so I just hang on to it until I found the right owner for it, and now I have. Now, what you're not going to believe is that I swapped this car for an E-Type Jag. Now, like an E-Type Jag race car, which is something I'm pretty sure that you're going to see. The reason I'm laughing is because you can't see it. The coupe was pretty cool, just to give you one more thing. The doors, and usually for coupes, are the same size as the normal 4 doors. So they built this gigantic rear window in it to cover it, rather than just extend the doors out a little bit. Thank you, Morris. Didn't make it look at all weird. Well done on that. Anyway, so the gentleman chatting over here, my apprentice, the guy I bought a trailer from in Warren, who's going to be rebuilding the Marina. Interestingly looking at a pair of twin carbs there. Ready? Check it out. E-Type Jaguar. So, this is probably, and if there's any more of them, I'd really like to know, this is a Speedway E-Type Jaguar. So this car they're using Speedway, man, this is the flimsiest chassis I have ever seen in my life. But this is an E-Type, or was an E-Type, or what was there as an E-Type. But Warren was going to check it away, and I couldn't see that happen. So I'm going to be putting it back together a little, or finding it at home, whatever. I mean, I couldn't let somebody junk the wheels only E-Type Speedway car, could I? Really? If there are more of them, and there might be, let me know. There's some more parts of it in my ute. But, just to show you it was an E-Type. Oh, Lord. That was once this. Good Lord. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed this little bit of a chat. And I'll show you what we're going to do later on. And maybe somebody will save this. I don't know who, but I'm not going to let it get scrapped, am I? I mean, come on. Somebody's going to want it. Surely, somebody. All right, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. And I'll show you some more stuff next.